did.
You do.
Identifying where we're going so that you're aware before you go there. I'm fine with you talking about your hair. I didn't question that. I just want to make sure you don't get surprised when you become a media sensation. All right. So real quick. All right. There's a couple things we need to talk about. All right, Jay. Stop. All right. No, I don't want to see anything. I want to get through what you need for tomorrow. All right. Your choice on whether you want to take notes on this or not, but if you have to factor 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 16x plus 12. So you want to factor that. 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 16x plus 12. I just want to make sure I pull out an x squared, 2x minus 3. We're going to change that up to 8x, I think. All right. X cubed minus 3x squared minus 16. Oh, I know what I want to do. Okay. 16x plus 24. So there you go. All right. So what's different about this one? How many terms are there? 4 terms. How do you factor in with 4 terms? What do you start with? That's exactly what you're going to do. Do you remember what it's called? Rhymes with looping? Grouping. You're going to divide it right in half. All right? You're going to divide it right in half. So that's step 1. And then you pull out the GCF of each half. All right? So instead of treating it as a 4-term polynomial, I'm going to treat it as 2 binomials. 2 and 3 do not have a GCF. However, x cubed and x squared, what goes into both? X squared. All right? Everybody good? And then I factor, becomes 2x minus 3. All right? Now, here's what you keep in mind when your third term is negative like it is here. All right? When your third term is negative like it is here, your GCF is also going to be negative. All right? Now I look at 16x and 24. What's half of 16? Is 8 going to 24? Yes. And I end up with that. X squared times 2x minus 3 minus 8 times 2x minus 3. Okay? Are my 2 resulting binomials exactly the same? Yes, they are. That enables me to use grouping. So half of my answer is that combination of the 2x minus 3. All right. The other half is the GCFs, which is going to give me x squared minus 8. And that's my result.
Do you have to like foil that, or is that dumb?
If you foil it, you're going to end up right back where you started. You're doing the opposite of foil. All right? Now, if it came out to x squared minus 4, then you'd have a different thing. You got me?
Yeah.
So if that was x squared minus 4, then that would factor in x plus 2x minus 4. But since 8's not a perfect square, you don't have to worry about it. So that's something I looked at today when I looked at you. Everybody good with grouping, both in the building and at home? All right. So then the second thing we have to talk about then is finding intercepts. All right. And there's 2 types of intercepts you got to get. The x-intercepts and the y-intercepts. The y-intercepts we've already gone over. What do you plug in to get the y-intercepts in order to do? 0. You plug in 0 for x. All right, so when I plug that in here, 2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. 0 plus 5 is 5. Negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. All right, 0 times 3 is 0, plus 4 is 4. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. All right, so I'm going to have 4 times negative 1, which is negative 4. Negative 5 on top. So my first y-intercept, or my y-intercept, is going to be 0, negative 5, 4. That's my y-intercept. All right, and you're not going to have more than one. Good? Now the x-intercepts are different. To get your x-intercepts, this is what you do to give you the quick version for tomorrow. You set each of your binomials up top equal to what? 0. That's it. So you set your numerator equal to 0. All right, so it's kind of like when you solve a quadratic. All right, what's up?
Why is it a negative 5?
Oh, they're both negative, so it'd be 5/4. Right? Good job, Jim. All right. So for that one, x would be 1/2. For this one, it would be x equals negative 5. Good with that? And then your x-intercepts would be 1/2, 0, negative 5, 0. Good? You just have to do it to the numerator because you want your numerator to be 0, because if your numerator is 0, your expression is 0, and then your y is 0. That's what the x-intercept is. It's where y is 0. You just take your numerator and set it equal to 0. So if I look at this one, the only difference is the x squared minus x minus 30 isn't factored, right? So what does x squared minus x minus 30 factor into? What's your numbers going to 30? Subtract the 1.
6 and 5.
6 and 5. All right. So when you're looking at it, all right, 6, 0, negative 5, 0 are your x-intercepts. What? Because it's not going to matter. We can make a negative 9 or 4. All right, that's your x-intercept. Good with that?
So you're going to have as many intercepts as your orbital.
Yeah. So you can have more than one of that. You can only have one y-intercept, but you're going to have as many x-intercepts as it gets back. All right? Your y-intercept would be 10/3, 0, 10/3. Pretty good with that? Because you're just plugging in 0. And when I do that, I'm going to end up with negative 30 over negative 9. Negative over negative is positive. 30 over 9 reduces down to 10/3. And then don't forget, as always, x equals 9 is your vertical axis.
Wait, is it?
Right?
What? That's the opposite. Yeah. What's up?
You're not doing this wrong with that, but isn't it? Why is it negative 10?
Because the negative over negative
negative
turns.
9.
Because Jay corrected me.
No.
I don't want to make the same mistake again.
Oh, I rolled plus 9 at the bottom. Never mind.
Okay. So those are 2 facets for your quiz tomorrow that we needed to go over.
Last thing you get.
Don't have your last thing again yet. But you can use your notes, anything you want except for photo map. All right? Okay. There is your review. Grab one. All right. Okay, if you're at home, I'm about to scan this in, the quiz review. All right, just so you know. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go to the copier machine right now and scan it in. All right, it's just a bunch of rational functions that you can look at and work on graphing. If you have any issues, all right, if you have any issues working on it, let me know. Feel free to ask questions. You can stay logged on. The last thing I want to talk about before you guys leave, next week, your quarterly. All right, we're going to take it via computer. All right, doesn't affect you guys in here. But at home, just so you know, you don't have to keep your cameras on, but you got to stay logged in to the Google Meet. We'll explain later in the week why, but you're going to have to stay logged on while you're doing the quarterly, the SGO. All right. If you're good, I'm good. If you want to stay on, fine. If not, have yourself a great day. I'll scan it in about 30 seconds. Yes. What? If you understand all of it and just type in, I understand the whole quiz review, then you're good.
Okay.
Same as the last one. If you want, I'll put that up in a second. I want to scan this first.
Okay.
So if you read through it and you follow all of it, you simply type in, you know what I mean? I understand everything. You get the 10 points.
Yeah. Oh, yesterday, you just said I'd come back and watch that. Well, I added him.
That's so
And then
weird.
he sent me a better picture of him and Liz.
Yeah, on the bus with sunglasses.
Yeah. And then, stuff that.
He needs to just like.
Love it. And then he's just like, right.
What do you say? What is your accent? Did he say something? How do you figure it out? I'm my own.
Yeah. And then, I know. And he just called me. Because I know.
Hi, Nolan. How do I figure out the pool? I know you can do it.
Really? Let's go. You know how to talk to them more? Or what, do you do that? Because it's going to be a,
I got that. Did you put it in parentheses? Oh my gosh, I took papers. I'm getting confused. Wait, here it is. You know what I have to put here? If I were to like graph it, like, I don't figure out these exact points. Oh. If you had like trace or something? Oh, yes, yes, and for my windows. Oh, that's it. 0.833. Wait, it should be 0. You hit second trace.
what?
And you can put it clear. There's a point. Moving negative 0.8. Well, let's get a 4 and 2.5. You get 7 and then 3. That happens.
I don't think it's here, something else.
Like, I don't even know. Then how do I figure out the other one?
Remember when you had to go? So like, I was not like, dollars and just that. And, yeah. So like, but I don't want to go back yet. Like, I need to eat it.
Yeah, how are you doing? Yesterday,
Yeah.
yeah. Wait, just. So it's like living there?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. He's wrong.
How do I figure out why two?
I mean, only every game. Maybe you're watching.
I always figured this out on the domain. You figure out the domain.
So, they have you supposed to leave, and you do the car leaving them. And he's like, oh, car got straight. No,
So like I haven't done it.
what? Are you setting? How do you use it there? No, I just said it.
Oh, you did? You was at the party and party. Oh, yeah, I know. But like,
Well, I haven't called it pianist. But I was asking him what it is.
I thought Jay was just like, yeah, Jay was there.
No, the pianist told me.
Hi. Right now, you And then Rachel, you're just gonna let me know in the morning which one you're taking when you walk in? Okay.
How many questions is it tomorrow?
The quiz?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I hope not a lot. Actually,
Well,
no,
what's a lot? You don't have to graph anything, realize that.
Okay, that's what I was.
So you don't have to, the only thing that involves actual graphs is given a graph, identify like the equation we gotta work back. So like it'll give you the graph, you have to go, okay, there's the vertical asymptotes at -2, which means like x plus 2 has to be your denominator, like that kind of thing. So basically looking at it, all right.
Wait, is this study guide too?
No, I'm gonna explain in a second. All you have to do is same as the last one. If you type into classwork, then you understand the whole review in your phone.
Okay. We did that one time before, right?
Yeah, so basically I'll put it in, and it'll say in classwork, it'll say you can type any question you have, or type I understand the whole review.
Got it.
So either way you'll get. Yeah, I'm sorry. I looked away, my bad. I forget we're in there.
I'm getting it. But I can't do it alone.
Alright, quizzes. You don't know how to graph a line, which doesn't concern me.
I'm getting better.
You're a little late though. You should be able to graph a line. You're a senior in high school. I'm just saying. All right. So you have tomorrow's quiz. You have problem 1. Identify the vertical asymptote. Select all that apply. Problem 2. Identifying features such as an x-intercept, vertical asymptote, y-intercept. We didn't talk about symmetry, so if that's part of the answer, we'll give you that one. All right. Identify the equation of the horizontal asymptote given the graph. You can just look at it. Domain. So find the domain. Identify the x-intercept, the one we just did. Given a second graph, identify the equation. So that's another one like that. You just gotta work backwards. Find the whole. You know what I'm saying?
The whole is just what you cancel, right?
What
And then you
cancels
plug
out.
that number in.
And the x coordinate is the value, the y coordinate is what you get when you plug it into the simplified thing. Not the original, the simplified thing.
X coordinate, like you make like the numerator equals 0, right?
To find the x-intercept, you make the numerator 0. To get the y-intercept, you plug in 0. And then to get a vertical asymptote, you make the denominator. So if you had like x plus 3 in the numerator, -3 would be an x-intercept. If you had x plus 3 in the denominator, -3 would be a vertical asymptote. All right. Yep, I think that covers just about all of it.
So it's like 10?
There's 11 questions total, it looks like.
Okay.
And again, it's all behavior and working backwards. It's not physically. And then one where you got to find the equation for the slant asymptote. And it's pretty straightforward. It's just, there's no negatives involved, nothing switched, anything like that.
So we'll like give you the graph and you have to find the equation.
No, it gives you the function. You just have to do your synthetic division.
Oh, so it's what we did last night.
It's literally just do your synthetic division in your function.
And if you cancel, like if there's a hole, then you don't do it.
If when you cancel, it becomes, so you don't have to do synthetic division except for that one. So you'll know exactly when you do it because it'll say what's the equation. So there aren't any problems where it's like graph and it has a slant asymptote. If it involves a slant asymptote, then you got to just do the division. That's it. So 11 problems. And it is, hold on, it's 50 points. So there you go. So that's the last quiz of the mark period. Then we'll work on regression for the rest of the week.
It's me, Brandon Doggy, because that's, it's Dennis, Harry, Heather, and David Orlando. I think there's me, Aaron, yeah. Girl.
Can't do 2 volleyball.
I'm sure, and I won't go on with no, but that was class.
Mine is all, mine is yours all.
You like a backup?
You're 4 people with my business.
No, I think you like more of a backup.
No, I think you are. No, I think you're legit. Because I'm at it.
Well, I need to see it running back on the ball.
I didn't even know that was who that was. Is there Mr. Fucking no.
No, he's freshman.
Oh, what?
But it's Frank. I'll make it.
Oh, Frank?
It's Frank.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It is.
Frank was absent today. Like, absent.
He thought that he was allowed to go all the way from you.
This year, right. And then range is what?
Well, here's what you do. You write it down so that when you come in tomorrow, you have it written down. You create a reference sheet for yourself there. What's up?
Range is what?
Your horizontal.
And it just doesn't.
And if you have a slant, which there's none, but if you have a horizontal asymptote, then your range excludes that. So like if your horizontal asymptote was y equals 1/2, then your range would be y not equal to 1/2. It's the same as the vertical asymptote. All right, classwork, post, new assignment. Acting quiz review. Attached is the quiz review. You have 2 options to receive credit. In the comment section, right, I understand the quiz review. Or if you have any questions, right, I don't understand understood for me. And I will try to elaborate as much as possible. Good luck.
We're doing something.
And honestly, let's check.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend it on all of us. Yesterday she came over and I came downstairs. My parents had walked in the pool.
All right, so all you got to do is go into classwork and either write I understand the whole review or write down the ones you have questions about and you'll receive credit for it. It's up there now. So if you have a question about one as you study, you type in, hey, can you go over number 4? And I'll try to get back to you this evening. If not, you type in I understand the whole quiz review and boom, 10 out of 10 will show up in Genesis like that. As Jay is really focused on reviewing for his quiz, perhaps learning how to graph a line, and perhaps bettering himself.
You gotta go. Jay, why do you have the hat on?
And I thought you said you weren't going to cut your hair until you went away to college, so why do you care?
No, he's not gonna cut his hair in college either.
That's all right. I went with Dr. J in the ADA for the late 80s, early 90s. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
What's wrong? No. He's not gonna. We're good.
I don't care.
Nobody's gonna look.
It's not expensive.
Oh my god, like in the question. Oh, you not remember? I know. I was gonna say something. I was like,
My hair is long. I do that at the end.
Jay, it was terrible.
At the end, I'm done.
Like, Jody picked this up and brought us Doritos when we get back in the car. And she was like, oh, is that hair marker? No. And then she was like, can I just pull out right here to grab? No, it's fine. She's not.
Wait, wait.
What?
You
Yeah, that's right.
What? How many cans? So, who did that? I want to review this.
Oh.
Wait, was it today?
Well, actually, we saw those probably in the line. It's right there. So it's really. Okay, good. So I suggest this is what we're going to study. Do this for now, try them on your own. And then we'll go over it. But you need to try it first.
I'm not
Do it first. I'm gonna help you and let's try it first. You don't have to. No, we're gonna try it first. I don't know either. I still do it first, and then come over, and we'll go over it.
I think we all hang out and get pizza.
Okay.
We're good. I love you. Everything.
I'm literally so
You have 4 burritos.
Jay, when you study, how much studying do you actually do?
Mr. Strata, there was a quiz and when we were deciding paragraph, and it was like after a field hockey game, Jay shows up from carving a pumpkin. I didn't teach you how to add and subtract fractions. It was so bad.
I Give her a pumpkin diet carpet.
And then you pull out like chips and salsa. Hold on, I have my finger somewhere.
Jay, you're all about the process, right? Not the net result. You're all about the process. I understand.
Honestly,
No, I know. I have to go sit.
Didn't they pop up?
I have so much chemical work.
Where?
And I
Come. Where? What?
Oh my God.
Yo, yeah. You coming? What? You coming to the party tonight? Yeah. It's a piece of math party.
I'm good, thanks. I'm good, thanks. I'm good, thanks.
And pizza. You're free pizza.
Appreciate that offer. But I have this thing called a job. I can buy my own pizza. Thanks for thinking of it.
Honestly, you want some of the account?
I am working in spotters.
Hey,
Dolly got me a job.
yeah, $1.
Yeah.
I do 4 at 2. Now I have 3.
Jay, it's good to have you back. Class is different with you in it. Jay, guess what? It's not going to get any better. I made about $100,000 last year, and they took away about $35,000. That's life.
I don't live on my own. I'm not even able to vote. Why are you taking my money away from me? I'm 16.
Because you are helping provide services for the community, the state and the federal government. That's what taxes do.
Oh, thank you. I think so, yeah. Yeah, pretty fun. We're just studying, you know? So,
Is there any diet?
no, my birthday's in September.
More diet?
Isn't that state? Except, I guess it's good, 'cause I don't have to pay for gas money.
Yeah. You want more soup up?
It's $3 now. Oh my
Oh.
God. It's almost 6 years old. Oh my God. I need to
For what? Hockey?
You can, when you're email, you can use your own personal one. Yeah. It'll just show up. Yeah, no, you can do it through your own personal one. It'll just say that it came from outside.
Trying to email my counselor, figure everything out. Now I won't be here next Thursday.
Okay.
Literally, I'm so not happy with this.
Yeah.
My dad, when I first told him, it's a $211 flight. 5 hours. What he does is give me $150 flight.
Okay.
I get to the airport 2 hours early.
All right.
Take that plane from Philly to Denver.
Okay.
And then I wait 9 hours for my flight from Denver to Iowa.
Like, if I did that, my life would literally be 7 years.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah, you better bring something to do.
That's why I'm learning more, teaching myself magic tricks again, so I can go up to random people and just do magic tricks.
It's gonna weird some people out.
That's what I do best, bro.
Can you what?
Talk to my physics teacher.
No worries. Tomorrow.
You know, it might be the factor in dropping lines.
All right, good luck studying. Be prepared. Come in tomorrow. We'll all get an ace the quiz and do real well. Then we'll start talking about the quarterly, which should be an easy hundy for everybody. Quiz tomorrow.
I'm
Just
gonna
grab
crazy on it one way or another, so I'm not.
Come on, just finish strong. You'll get there. Type in
I
tonight.
have so much stress outside of school. It's hard for me to focus on this class.
Well, you gotta get. Right now, your goal is to get to a 70. Right now, your goal should be to get to a 70 by the mark period, and then fourth mark period, you work on increasing that, balancing out. You get yourself a 75, 80 on the final exam, and boom. Next thing you know, you got a test for the year. See?
I'm gonna die.
You're not gonna die.
The stress is gonna give me
You're
a heart
not
attack.
gonna die. Come on.
Well, I'm literally missing 2 weeks of school besides that next marking period. I don't know how I'm gonna bounce back. My science teacher, I think she might just give me 100 for the 2 weeks I'm out because she's like, there's physics and cutting down trees and all that. So I'm like, oh, sweet.
There you go. See, you're working easy.
Well, then I don't have to do any work, so that makes it easy.
Well, you're doing work. You're cutting down trees.
I'm not cutting them down. I'm just picking up the wood that gets cut down
You're part of the process.
and driving big trucks that I'm probably going to crash.